Potatoes.
Alright, so today what I think we'll do is we'll do a bit of
Macro LARPing, Bitcoin charting.
type of video. I think that's probably what we want to do today. Before we start, you're probably all like,
Oh my god, Fu hired Bob Lucas. Fu hired Bob Lucas to be the voice actor. I knew it.
yeah, I'll let those rumors marinate on CT until it actually gets to Bob Lucas himself, and then he can sort of set the record straight. But anyway, today's video, it's going to be pretty quick, pretty straightforward. It's just going to be my thoughts on the markets, my opinions, what I'm doing, what I bought, what I plan to sell, how my cash is looking, what happens if we go up, down, sideways, blah blah blah, whatever, Great Depression, World War III. I'm joking. Oh yeah, if those do happen, we'll talk about them. But I think there'll be other things we need to worry about rather than these Ponzi token markets. Anyway, so we'll get started. So this is Bitcoin, the Bitcoin chart. So full disclosure, I bought some Bitcoin right. Is this the Lunar Crash? Yeah. So I bought some. Where is it? About 18. Where is it? 18.3ish, 18.2, I think. 18.3 or 18.2. I actually had a. What was it? I had a buy order placed at 18.250 or something like that, and I never have buy orders placed. But for some reason I did. I don't know why. I just sort of wanted to get some exposure from that massive crash. And then we got the scam pump too. Is it the scam pump? Yeah, the 25. And now we had after that was FTX, and I nibbled 17.2 on FTX, and then I nibbled in December. I was going to nibble throughout November, especially right at the end of November, but I had that classic Zoomer mindset of,
is it gonna go lower? It's gonna go lower. If it goes lower than 15k, 12k is programmed.
I had those thoughts in the back of my head, but after some critical thinking, some smart thinking, I said, all right, we'll start to nibble in December, and we did so, and now we've got this godly pump. Not really, but relative to where we were, it's pretty godly. But yeah, anyway, so that's sort of what I did, and I just nibbled the two majors. So we bought 18.2, 17.2, and nibbled around high 16s, low 16s, whatever, mid 16s. Just all throughout December we just nibbled. Ethereum, 1100, 1200, whatever. I don't know what it was. I was just buying. I was bulk buying. But yeah. So, and at this moment in time, I'm about 60-40 that the bottom's in. Like, you're probably all like, oh my god.
But you don't know about, the Fed shrinking their balance sheet. But this is happening, there's a liquidity crunch.
It's like, yeah, there's all this crap going on in the background. But for me, I'm sort of like that boomer Buffett. I don't try to predict macro events. It's a bit difficult to do that, in my opinion. If you're trying to predict a macro event, you got to be pretty savvy. And the thing is about these macro events is a lot of what happens gets priced in 3 to 6 months in advance. So if you're trying to predict something, you need to predict it 6 to 3 months in advance. 3 to 6 months in advance. So it's quite difficult to do that. So I sort of am trying to stress that I think the strategy Bob Lucas uses is really smart. And you're probably like,
but I heard this on the Variety Hour.
But I literally agree with it, especially if you're a spot holder. Try to buy low. You're not going to time the bottom. Honestly, if the bottom's not in, that's fine. Will double down. I'll deploy even more capital into the markets, and I'll probably miss the top as well. I'll probably sell way too early. But as long as we're getting a solid return on our investment, that's the whole point of this game. It's not to make a 35x on Come Rocket or something like that. It's like, if you're trying to hold out to that long, you're probably going to get scam pumped anyway, and you're going to get rugged straight away. For me personally, I'm not going to hold a coin for a 30x. I don't think I'm going to get a 30x, because the thing is, I would sell way before the 30x even happens. And I don't know, maybe I'm different to you guys, I don't know. But for me personally, on Bitcoin and Ethereum, if I'm getting a 5 to 8x per se, something around those marks, I'm pretty happy with the results. Even a bit less than that. I honestly, especially with some sizable capital and you've got some good conviction, that's all you really need, to be honest. And for me personally, I don't want, I don't want a Lamborghini or a Rari, or, I don't want any of this shit. For me personally, I just want to not work. All I want to do is go on holidays maybe once a year. Not have to wage cuck. And just enjoy my life with my friends, family, and maybe get a waifu one day, So that's basically my little thoughts, thesis, whatever you want to call it, on these markets. I sort of think, and I'll go through what I think will happen in the future in terms of this chart here. Does this work? Yeah. Okay. So if we hypothetically, if we're saying we're gonna go up here, 100k. Okay. Hypothetically speaking, I'm still open to the idea that Bitcoin might not go past its all-time high maybe in the next couple of years. If we get a scam cycle where it goes to like 60k or something, or 55k, and it just doesn't go past 69k, because it's highly probable. If you think about financial markets right now, money's really hard to borrow. It's really hard to get your hands on. It's easy to borrow, but the risk appetite is very low, because you have to make quite a sizable amount of money. You have to make a good return on your investment to justify borrowing that money, because it costs like 5% to borrow. So if rates, if they go back to 2-3%, 1%, we're still not near that zero. The thing is about this double top is this sort of tested the boundaries of our financial markets, because we had government stimulus, liquidity pumps into the financial markets, and rates at zero. So if we don't go back to that, we might, US might default on their, on everything, and then they have to get the Fed to buy all their, they have to get the Fed to buy all the debt, basically, which is what they did. And that's why we had zero rates and stuff. That might happen, and then we might, turbocharge past 100k or 100k or 90k or something like that. But if we don't, and rates, sort of sticky, 2-3%, low twos or something, it's highly plausible. It's highly probable that we might only go to 50 or 48 or 60 or something like that. I'm keeping all avenues open. I'm not one to I have a conviction and I'm gonna hold for a while, but I'm not going to, if profit's on the table, it's like I probably am gonna take some at a site. Like I'm probably gonna sell some at 50k or 60k, especially if I bought at 16. I'm happy with selling at that, especially if you've got some sizable capital in the markets, So 50k, 60k, I'll take some off the table. It just depends on the environment. Like it's hard to say right now what's going to happen. It's not clear, because it's like, but you Stick, did you sell at 69k? It's like, no, I didn't really sell at 69k. I didn't sell the top. Okay, I didn't sell right at the top. But it becomes easier to figure out in the later stages. If you're on Twitter and stuff, if you're on the good part of CT, it's a lot easier to figure out. But yeah, that's just my theory. It's not, we could just turbocharge to 100k, or we could get a Great Depression and go warp and go back to 3k. I don't know what's going to happen with these markets. I'm not too sure. I'm optimistic on humanity right now. I'm an optimist. I'm not a doomer. That's the thing. Like if I was a doomer, I wouldn't be on, I wouldn't be on CT shilling, shilling my ref link. I don't even know I don't have one. I'd be like saying, yeah, I'd be like that guy from The Big Short. I think it was Brad Pitt or something. I'm trying to think, but he was in The Big Short, and he's like, seeds are the new currency. You must get seeds. You must get your hands on seeds, and he was just saying basically grow your own food and stuff like that, and hoard gold and stuff like that. I don't know. Some people are like that, but That's not me personally. I sort of hold out hope that we won't blow each other up with nukes. So yeah, just my theory, guys. Anyway, I need to go have a shower. I just did for all you college scrubs out there, I just did a lactate threshold run for 30 minutes. So I'm a bit sweaty, and I'm sitting on this chair. My back's like stuck to the chair. But yeah, I need to go have a shower, make some food, and yeah, I don't know. If you enjoyed this, I mean, my mic is terrible. I don't even have a mic, to be honest. I'm literally using headphones because I'm such a TA. I'm such a tight ass. But yeah, if you guys actually enjoy these videos, I'll invest in some. I'll go to the shops. You know, I'll go to the store and buy some goodies to make these videos a bit better. But if you don't like them, I'll probably cry myself to sleep every night. I'm joking. Anyways,
Goodbye.